Yes. And we, of course, borrowed from Prop 13 in California, which had passed a year earlier. So it's nice to see all these people. This mood, this attitude that we're going to do something about taxes reminds me of what happened then, and I think we can do it again, folks. Now, one thing I did do was I looked up the governor's record on taxes, and I had to write these down. I couldn't memorize them all, but he has proposed a tax on alcohol, on meals, on telecommunications, on private patients in nursing homes, on candy, on soda, on gas, and he wants more toll increases. Now, Billy Bulger one time said that he could slap a tax on a galloping horse. Well, the governor could slap a tax on a galloping herd of horses with all these increases, and we have to stop them. And if anyone tries to tell you, and the liberals always try to have this, make you feel guilty that we're not paying enough in taxes, that, yeah, we got to help the poor and the hungry, everyone wants to help them. But keep in mind, folks, that on a per capita basis, in state and local tax burden, we are the 5th highest in the country. 5th highest. Only 4 states spend more on taxes than we do. So there's plenty of money, plenty of taxes that we already paid to fund all the basic needs of our poor people. We're being overtaxed in this state. We're not being undertaxed. Tax Freedom Day. You've heard of Tax Freedom Day. That's the day in the United States where you get to spend your own money instead of giving it to the government. Well, they've estimated that in the United States, it's April 13th. In Massachusetts, it's 3 days later, April 16th. We're the 7th latest state in the country in terms of Tax Freedom Day. So we want to stop that progression and get back to where we're not paying so many taxes anymore. Another thing, and I run a political action committee for Citizens for Limited Taxation. And we always ask any candidate for the state legislature to take the Taxpayer Protection Pledge. This is a pledge that was originated by Americans for Tax Reform and the Leave Us Alone Coalition in D.C.
Grover.
And the Tax Protection Pledge is not a hard pledge to take. It's not asking you to not increase taxes or limit them. It just says that you will oppose and vote against any efforts to increase taxes. Now, we're going to do that with the legislature. We're going to put their feet to the fire and say, we don't want any more new taxes. We're overtaxed as it is. We're already paying enough. And we've got a theme. No re-election for tax hikers. No re-election for tax hikers. And if you can keep that in mind, and just, when you leave here, call your state rep, call your state senator, and tell them. Have you asked them if they've taken the Taxpayer Protection Pledge? Tell them you don't want to increase taxes, but you've got to do something else. You can't just write a letter or call them. You've got to be very firm and be very upfront and say, look, if you hike taxes, well, I'll vote for your primary opponent, I'll vote for your November opponent, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, what party you are. We don't want a tax increase. And that's the only thing they understand on Beacon Hill. I mean, I appreciate these rallies, and in fact, I'm going to a rally in Worcester at 5, and I'm going to one in Lowell at 7. So we get at least 3 I'm going to, and I know of at least 4 others being held over the state. So people are enraged, and they're beginning to sense it. But they need to be